man who has no imagination has no wings. Muhammad Ali.
Limitations live only in our minds, but if we use our imaginations, our possibilities become limitless. Jamie Paulinetti.
Are y'all playing? Yes. Okay, go play.
Reality leaves a lot to the imagination. John Lennon.
Everyone is familiar with the concept of children engaging in pretend play to create imaginary relationships and make-believe worlds to pass the time and escape loneliness.
Do you use your imagination when you're playing?
Yeah.
Like when?
Like my stuffed animals talks.
By playing around with my friends, riding my bicycle. Say like, sometimes I talk to myself and like it calms me down in my imagination. It helps me process things. Like if I'm scared to ride a bike for the first time, my imagination, like people are with me, like I just process that.
Like I always watch like fun television shows, like kid shows like Pokemon and that kind of thing. So like I always wish I lived in that kind of world, if that counts.
I don't think I had one, but I did play like house with my friends and stuff, and sometimes there would be like characters that we wouldn't have because we would only have so many people, so it'd be like, oh hey mom, and it's just like no one there, but like it was,
I was
kind
always
of
the dog.
Oh.
I think the thing that I did the most is I played mommy, and I wanted to be a teacher, and so my sisters and I would take turns being mom and being teacher, and just kind of creating our own world and things that we loved. So that's how I used it every day as a child.
However, many adults seem to think they've lost their grasp on the imagination. 1 in 4 adults I surveyed said they didn't consider themselves to be imaginative, even though they were able to recount vivid stories of imaginary play from childhood. While adults no longer take on make-believe personas like Teacher or Superman or talk to stuffed animals, their imagination hasn't diminished, it's just changed.
In school and whatnot, if I'm a biochem major, like organic or something like that, when you have to picture things that are kind of abstract, being imaginative helps because you can actually picture some of the things that other people might be able to because you're maybe more imaginative.
I like to think like, oh, where am I going to live? What dogs am I going to have? How many dogs am I going to have? What type of dogs am I going to have? What are their names going to be?
Do you think as you get older, it's going to change your imagination?
No.
No? Do adults have imagination?
Yes.
How do they use it?
They use it by imagining their kids don't fight if they have a sibling.
I mean, I'd like to think it's come to encompass more complicated topics and expand since I've learned more about the world. It's definitely become more mature, I guess. Less. I think when you're in childhood, you have a lot more of a vivid imagination a lot of the times. But I don't think it necessarily goes away when you get older. It just changes focus on the things that are relevant to you.
I asked 75 adults between the ages of 18 and 83 how they use their imagination on a daily basis, and the most common responses were to envision goals in the future, for work, for hobbies, and to daydream. When I think about how a child uses their imagination every day, I find quite a bit of overlap. Kids love talking about what they want to be when they grow up, and whatever they choose often motivates them to participate in pretend play, like playing with doctor with a teddy bear, or taking on sports or hobbies that align with their dreams. As for adults, we can imagine our goals, which motivates us to put our best foot forward and put an effort towards reaching those goals. Adults use the imagination as a stress reliever or an escape from reality. We pick up a book to get lost in the plot with our favorite characters and let our emotions out through art. On the other hand, children also escape reality in the same ways, or by engaging in pretend play. The imagination also benefits adults by allowing us to picture different scenarios and each outcome, which helps us to make more well-informed decisions. Our relationships are also improved as the imagination enables us to put ourselves in someone else's shoes and empathize with their feelings. Many people I surveyed also said it keeps their brains active and makes them feel young. Imagination is a powerful tool we rely on throughout our entire lives. Whether we realize it or not, It is always working to help us dream, grow, and innovate, and to give us a little joy.
I hope you make an A++ in your imagination class.